Hello friends, my name is Matti McLean. I'm a Canadian Eurovision and today I'm ranking the Clone High episodes, and there is few things in my life I love more than Clone High. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I have watched this start end several times throughout my life. Like, by several, I mean like uncountably. To the point where I put it on, I can pretty much recite most of it word for word. It's pretty bad, all things considered, to be honest, but the show itself is so funny. And I'll be honest, I don't really think that this show works on an S tier to D tier factor. I really do think that this show is just so good. I could easily justify all of these episodes being an A to S tier, with the exception of one, which I think is notably worse than the others. But even that one is full of great moments. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to force myself to figure out which ones I like more or less than the others, and then go accordingly, with only 3 allowed in each slot. So, since there's 13, that means there's going to be only 2 in the D category, which is fine, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Number 1 is Escape to Beer Mountain, A Rope of Sand. It's so funny. They set this show up in the most perfect way. Right from the beginning, high slapstick, high comedy, constantly just talking over. It's so well done. The entire show, I could just... I'm gonna have to like keep my expectations in check, because I just have to figure out, do I like this episode more or this episode more, and what lines stand out more to me. So, as a pilot, is it my favorite pilot of all time? Probably. It actually is that good. It's very funny. It sets up the concept really well, perfectly mocking and being a perfect satire of episodes like Dawson's Creek and One Tree Hill and other shows that were on at this time. This was like 20 years ago. So I'm definitely looking at this unashamedly through, nostalgia goggles. But we'll see. Between this and Election Blue Galoo, which one's better? Election, I think, has the slight edge here. And the only reason I think it has the slight edge is because I can quote them both so much, but Election Blue Galoo is the one that makes me laugh out loud more. So overall, really, really great. ADD, the last D is for disorder. It's another one that this is going to be a cliche. It's so funny. It's so stupid, but it's so funny. The part where he's falling and still jiggles at the, elbow skin, still hilarious. We've come a long way in understanding ADD since then. So personally, as someone with ADHD, I'm just like, oh, this resonates a little differently now. But it's still funny. I love the Tom Green cameo. I think that it's still really good. Overall, do I prefer this or number 1? I prefer this, but Election has the slight edge for me. Tears of a Clone, the Film Fest one. If it's so dumb. This is the episode that has Cleo saying, "I'm the best of the best of the best of the best of the best." The theme is how hard it is to be me. It's ridiculous. The whole show is ridiculous. I could keep talking about how ridiculous it is, but the fact that the show is coming back brings me such glee, such delight. But do I prefer the Film Fest or the pilot? I'm going to go Film Fest. Film Fest or ADD? I'm going to go Film Fest. And I think Film Fest is my number 1 right now, meaning pilot has dropped down to 1. Sleepaway Camp. This has one of the best jokes of the series, with Kennedy at the end. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Hilarious. Look it up. Just hilarious. Do I prefer it to the pilot? Yes, but only like by a slight margin, like very, very slight margin. So I will keep that there, and yeah, I'm okay with that. A Shot in the Dark, I kind of feel the similar way too. Is it as good as the first 3? I don't know. Overall, this is literally like choosing my babies. Any of these I could justify as being in the top, but they can't all be in the top. Okay, Played Expectations is so funny. I love the whole Ashley Angel from O-Town, all celebrities being completely hairless. It's just so stupid, but so funny. Is it as good as the pilot? Is it better than the pilot? Yes, it is. Actually, I prefer it over Jeanne d'Arc as well. So I think this is how this is sitting now. Next up, we have the Storm one. This one is a weaker one, but the fact that it's still hilarious is very telling. It does have some hilarious lines in it, like, you know how I feel about conflict, I'm against it. Like, it's so dumb. So brilliant, but dumb. Is it the best so far? No. So I think this is actually going to come in at the bottom and then see where we go from here. Raising the Stakes. Still love this episode. So funny. Jack Black is the guest star who just knocks it out of the park. I would have to say, is it better than Room of One, the Storm one? Yes, it's more memorable. Is it better than the pilot? No. I think that's where it lands. I think this is the situation here. Litter Kills Literally. So dumb, so funny. Overall, I think I prefer this. I think I prefer this to just after the pilot, because I like how they tackle a lot of serious things, but do it in a Clone High type way, so it's actually not that serious, but it's still funny. I'm confident leaving it here and letting this settle a little bit. Next up is I'm pretty sure this is my least favorite episode, but it's also the holiday one, so I do watch it the most because every year I will put this on and just laugh along with it because it's just funny. It's just a really funny, classic Snowflake Day episode that overall does a really good job of being silly but humorous but funny. And yeah, there's nothing bad to say. It's always funny. It's always good. And we'll see how this goes from here. Next up, we have the makeover episode. And if only for the song itself, this is like an easy, like better than this one. Better than the pilot for sure. Definitely better than the basketball one. Better than Plain Expectations. And better than Sleep. So, is it better than ADHD? Yes, it is. And I would say it's better than the election one. Second best episode of the series, I would say. So let's move these down to where they now fit and figure out where does the finale sit. It's a tough one. The finale is very funny. It's the only one that directly continues off of the one before. It's the perfect prom date. It's just... Is it better than the Room of One Storm? The Storm one? I don't know. Does this series end weaker than it begins? That's the question. I don't know. I can't justify putting this higher. Even though it has like super memorable bits, still extremely funny. I remember less from the finale than I do a lot of the other ones. I think the finale, although still excellent, I don't think it ranks higher. Now I'm really curious to see what everyone else thinks of this. So I'm just going to go to the community rank and see where this goes. So the community rank, it looks like only one other person has done this to the point where it's actually been looked at. So they have put the promo, Litter Kills Literally, and Sleep Awakening in S tier, which is fine. They put Makeover last? That's interesting. But yeah, this is fairly similar. This whole show is so interesting, where literally I feel like any of these episodes can be justified in the top, any of these episodes can be justified in the bottom, because they're all pretty equal. It's just a great show to watch, and if I haven't fangirled enough about it, that's fine, because I'm more than happy to talk about this as much as you want me to. So if you agree with me, let me know. If you don't agree with me, also let me know, because, that helps me out. So you can find me online at The Big Shabam on Twitter and Instagram. If you like what I'm wearing, this is called Home in the Bay. It's from my clothing company, One Sheet Geek, that you can find online. Buy it, do what you want with it. And until next time, folks, feel free to like and subscribe. And always let me know what you want to see me rank or what trivia challenge you want me to attempt next. All right, bye, folks.